Hey YouTube! Welcome back to another episode of The Simple Life. We are going to do some pretty awesome stuff today. um, to start off with, I'm getting my man Pierre to build his building hut up to level 4. Yeah, so our goal is level 5 for all of our buildings. Just because, just a completionist type of thing. And he's asking for some stuff that I just got done making. So 8 stone bricks. I can handle that. Okay, there you go, brother. And alright, so we need 34 stone brick stairs. Let's make those. So 34, 8, 16, 32. Well, that's an awkward number. There you go. And then 20 stone brick slabs. Let's grab those. Excellent. Alright, so now he's going to get that up to level 4. And that'll look pretty cool. So he finally broke down and put a door on his building. And I like how the game does this. I have, habitually put all of my doors so that they close on the outside. Well, what that does is that prevents me from being able to do anything like this, which gives it kind of a door frame. I like that. That's not the first place that this game has done that. Right there, and again up here. So if you look at this, the stairs are kind of upside down, and the doors close. It looks really good. I'm gonna start doing that. It looks great. Okay, let me put these stone away in stone brick, and we'll get into what I have planned for today. Apart from that. Okay, so in the last episode, I said I was going to get some things ready, and we were going to craft the other thing. I went ahead and made some dark oak chests. These look amazing. I love the gold the gold latch on these. I think it looks amazing. So I'm putting all of my immersive engineering stuff in here and immersive petroleum, which is just an add-on really to immersive engineering. It's like it just is separate from it. So let's jump into our quest book today. We're going to be spending some time here in the industrial, whatever this rest of this is, the industrial age. And we're going to make the furnace. Okay, so I went into the nether and I spent some time in there. All I did was I took a bow and I just kind of mined up whatever. Check this out, guys. If you're looking for some early game resources, like really, really good resources, head into the nether. From here down, this is what I found in there. And I was looking for 5 blaze rods. This was all I was looking for in there. And she's kind of loud. I'm kind of done hearing her say that. Let's grab our sound. Friendly creatures. Is that what does it? Okay, we'll find out. Alright, so we've got emerald. I got 7 emerald ore, nether emerald ore. So when I smelt these, I believe 2 emerald each. So if I break those with like a fortune pick or something, that's going to be great. There's some gold, lapis, nickel, zinc, silver, lead, and 10 diamond ore, guys. And I wasn't really even looking for it. So these 2 things here are pretty cool, pretty awesome. I found all of that. Got tons of glowstone, and I wanted to open all these bags with you on camera. So some recipes there, or some useful things there. I don't know if I'm going to have room for all of this stuff. I'm kind of running out of room in general, so I'm kind of glad I'm upgrading my upgrading everything. I do have upstairs that I can still use. So there's some food. That's great. Not really being blown away by these uncommons. Food is always really good though. I mean, copper block, that's great. Well, let's see what's in this legendary bag. Pig iron, cool, great. So nothing really special. I might just start opening those off camera. because I'm not being blown away by those. All right, and I'm definitely wanting to build that opener, that automatic opener. Where was that? Storage solutions? No. Is it gadgets? Yeah, it's gadgets. This here. Let's take a look at what the recipe is for that. Bag opener. Bag. Oh, I've looked at this before. Super, super simple. So stone, I can make one of those real quick. Let's do that. So let's grab a piece of iron. We'll grab a chest. I think I have a chest crafted already somewhere. We can just make one. No big deal. And I think it said stone, which I just put a ton in here. So let's grab a 7. And let's make this thing. There we go. Cool. Now I wonder how this works, right? So if I stick this if I stick this next to an inventory here and I put some bags in there, I wonder if it will automatically dump it into it probably just automatically dumps it into here, and then I would need to remove it with a hopper or something. So that's probably what that does. So let's try it out. Let's see what happens. If it'll put it in here, since it's next to an inventory. Nope. Night slime nugget. Okay. So we'll just use that to open stuff from now on, and then I can show you just what I get. Instead of opening them with you, I can just stick them in here, and it'll open it all up. They're gonna be like, "Look, guys, this is what I got." Okay, back on track. The industrial age. I really want to get this blast furnace going. So, like I said, I went into the Nether to get the blaze powder. I know I could get the brick and all that stuff. Nether brick, obviously, you need to get nether rack and then smelt it down, or you can go straight to yeah, I think that's the only way to get nether brick. Is to smelt it down. Yeah. So anyway, I got that. So let's take the blaze rods and we'll turn these into blaze powder. Should complete that quest. It does. So that's going to give us 32 nuggets. And then the next thing on the list, with the increased heat and pressure, as well, let's build this thing. Is it not going to make us build it? There we go. Furnace is constructed in the same way as the coke version. 3x3 solid block, right click with the engineer's hammer. Fantastic. Let's do that. Blast furnace. There we go. We'll shift click all 27 of those. And I like that there's not going to be any mobs spawning in here because of the torch. And we're not really losing anything by doing that. So that's pretty, I like that. That's pretty great. Engineer's hammer. I'm going to put the opening right there. Put that back. And, alright, so that's done. Now, the ultimate alloy. I don't know about that. With increased heat and pressure, as well as the oxygenated nature of the fuel, steel is finally within your grasp. Its creation will open up a whole new area of technology to explore. Or, if, I could read that right, that would be great. Okay, so it needs to make 8 steel. So, here's what we do. We take our coal coke, and we stick all of that in there. And this will slowly turn, I believe, iron into steel. And we may get a byproduct down here of some sort, which is pretty neat. I think that's useful for something. Now what I could do is I could come in between here and I could put in like a pipe or something that would connect these once I have pipes, and it would pull the coal coke out and automatically stick it in here. So that way it's always full. So while that's working, I thought it would be cool to check out some of these other ones. So this is going to give me a ton of treated planks. All I need to do is make some treated planks. And we'd made these before, but it was before I unlocked the quest. Something I'm learning about this mod pack is if you do something before it becomes available, you don't get credit for it. Which which I suppose is good. You know, it keeps me from uh, blasting past stuff without um, getting, you know, taking the necessary steps. I think it's time also we get into power. So I want to make this kinetic dynamo, and the kinetic dynamo, thank you, already completed that, but thank you for telling me. Kinetic dynamo is made, I went ahead and made the copper wire. So the copper wire is just made by, I get 4 every copper plate that I snip, and you'll remember that I get the copper plate from just smashing a copper ingot with the engineer's hammer. So if you stick those in a 4x4 pattern like this, stick some sticks in there. Oh, I made way too many. That's fine. We'll use all those for sure. And then you surround an ingot, you'll get this copper coil block. And if you know anything about um, physics or engineering, this uh, is very conductive. So like if you take a piece of metal, right, and then you wrap tons and tons of coils of copper around it, you're going to get a very efficient electric conducting thing. So by surrounding this with copper coils, copper wires, we make it a very, very nice thing. So let's go to kinetic, and then so the next thing we need to do is just take that copper block, put redstone on either side of it, and then make a base of iron, and we get this kinetic dynamo. And that's going to unlock our power systems, right? So we're going to now be able to make power from water. I do want to get into the oil because the immersive petroleum is very cool looking stuff. Like it's very good power, um, very, very cool looking stuff. So let's take a look at this core sample drill. I've never built one of these before. Well, core with a C, core sample drill. Bunch of steel, so we can't make this just yet, right? So light engineering block is going to be a bunch of iron. These iron is just iron and copper. Um, Steel scaffolding, though, that's going to require this blast furnace to be running for a while. So unfortunately, we can't make the core sample drill. So if I go back out and take a look at something like water power, I've shown this to you before, I believe. So this is going to want me to make 4 water wheel segments. So let's take a look at what that requires. Water wheels, there we go. And this is just going to be treated wood planks and treated sticks for 1. Okay, so great. I was curious whether that was actually going to give me, okay, so we're going to need 4. So we'll do that, and then, cool. There we go. So that should complete that task. Oh, and then now it wants me to make a water wheel. So a water wheel, there we go. And this is going to take a piece of steel. So let's see if we have any steel yet. We've got 4. Let's just stick all those in there. You see how slow it is? Like I've been working, I don't know how long, and there's only 4 steel. So we want to be selective with how we use it for now. I do have ore doubling through this, but I also want to get into, now that we have access to steel, I want to come back up here and create this machine chassis. I believe I have everything I need for it, but let's finish this quest while we're here. Okay, so now this is going to give us basic power. I don't know where I want to set this up. Let's just claim that reward. And I will take a look off camera as to where I want to put that. Wind power, it would be really cool if we could use this, you know, attach somehow a wind turbine like maybe on the other side of this, like right here. That way one would be spinning and the other one would just be stationary. As cool as that looks, you know, it'd be cool to have one that actually works and produces power for us, and then I could run that power to each of these different buildings and we could have lights and whatever else. So, let's see. Let's make this, I want to make this, let me zoom out here. I want to make this machine chassis. So let's take a look at that recipe, machine chassis, here we go. So I have everything ready. I just need to find it because I dumped it because I didn't have steel yet. Now that I have steel, I need to find where I put it. Not there. There we go. I think that's, and then the capacitors, there we go. I found it. Okay, so let's set that recipe up, and then now we have access to machines. So this is going to give me 2 more capacitors and another machine chassis, which is a fantastic reward. Now we have access to, what is this? Essence of the World. So I need 16 Inferium Essence and 16 Prosperity Shards, which I'm surprised that I don't have that complete. I probably haven't had all of that in my inventory at once. So I know I saw an Inferium Shard there. Essence, there we go. So that completes that. So it's going to give me more, even more. And let's take a look at this one. Futuristic technology. This is going to want me to get an assembler. What is this? Environmental tech. Oh, this mod is amazing. Expensive, but amazing. The way you've been running things up until now is all well and good, but every simpleton worth their salt knows to keep striving for more. Well, that's kind of simpleton. Thank you very much. Okay, let's try assembler. Let's see how expensive this thing is. So 2 blocks of obsidian, alabaster structure block tier 2. Is it kidding me? I don't know what that is. Okay. Okay. So alabaster. I think I have all this. Let's put this away. Okay. Where is some alabaster? Right here. So alabaster, 2 pieces of redstone, and 2 gold. Okay, that's going to give me the tier 1. Okay, and then the tier 2 is just going to be 2 redstone and 2 diamonds. 2 redstone and 2 diamonds. I love that I have never actually looted. I don't think that I've gone down and dug for diamonds. And I have almost a full stack. That's amazing to me. I love that a lot. Okay, there we go. So now let's go grab 2 pieces of obsidian. And we'll make this wand. I really want to complete chapter 1. That'd be great. Okay, right click on controllers to assemble. Shift right click to instant break any multi-block block. Left click to list all blocks needed for multi-block. Okay. I have looked into environmental tech a little bit, and it is pretty cool. Like on the order of auto farming and auto mining and stuff like that. Okay, so that's all the chapters, I believe. If I scroll down here, they're all unlocked. That is great. And now I can just kind of, modern machines, I can kind of come in here and, I don't really understand why this, I don't really like this questing system. But anyway, so this is Ender IO for sure. Mystical agriculture. Well, I've completed that, so let's claim that. I've completed that, so let's claim that. And so what this mod does is it lets us create stuff. I want to move it over this way. This lets us create stuff from crops. Like if you've ever played with mystical crops or magical crops or anything like that, this is the mod for that. Let's see, what else did we unlock? Futuristic tech. This is oh, I get two rewards for making that thing. That's pretty cool. This is, like I said, this is expensive, so this will probably be a little bit later game. And then I think that's it that we unlocked. We just had these 3 that we needed to do. But yeah, I want to get back down into this. I don't think I need anything in here anymore. I mean, I can definitely do a lot of this off camera. Storage solutions, this would be really, you know, refined storage, we can get into that. I don't know if that connects to all of this, you know, like once I have, oh, oops, that's like a book, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna take a look at where I want this water wheel, probably down here by the water, or even, yeah, even over here by the ocean. And I suppose that if I wanted to, I could put it on the side of my ship. But I could put it like right here, you know, let the water just run down. That could be pretty cool. But I'm going to take a look at that off camera, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, I guess what I've decided to do is to kind of dump off some of this stuff, and I got some potatoes. Just killed some zombies, and they had a potato for me. And get into, just go ahead and dive into, what's it called? Ender.io. Because it doesn't seem like, I was looking at the quests, right? And so I can make, it tells me as I can come in here and I can make silicon. So if I look at, see if it's got silicon here, and look at, I can either grow it with mystical agriculture, which, sure, okay, cool, or I can create it in a sag mill. Sag mill is something that I would make with Ender.io. Okay, so I'm like, well, maybe that's not like the first quest that I look at. My instinct is to start with top left. But that's American of me, right? This has me make a painting machine. Doesn't really help me. This one makes a slice and splice. This one makes a wireless charger. All of this is more advanced stuff. This is a farming station, and this is a soul binder. All of which are really cool machines. But this has me make a sag mill right here. So let's take a look at the recipe for a sag mill. And that would be here. Okay, so I have the machine chassis. I just need iron and a piston. So let's grab some of that. We'll grab a bunch of iron. Grab 3 planks. And 3. I was just gonna look at the recipe again, but it's not like I've never built this before. A piece of redstone. There we go. And let's make ourselves a piston. Not that one, this one here. Okay, and then let's take our machine chassis, 4 pieces of iron, and our 3 flint. This is going to make a sag mill. So that should complete that quest. This is going to give me one of, oh man, I think emerald ore, I think, is more important to me right now than anything else. So now that I have a sag mill, this is probably going to have me make an alloy smelter. This is probably the words. Okay, so I'm trying to decide. This is the generator, right? And it's interesting to me that it has me make a machine that requires power before it has me make the machine that makes the power. And the only thing that I can think of is it's like, okay, go back to immersive engineering here and use the power that they gave us here, which is all well and good. And I thought about that, right? I thought about, let's dive into this a little bit deeper. And I really like the idea of putting a windmill up there. I really like the idea of putting my water wheel on the side of one of these buildings. The challenge is when I go to upgrade this to level 4, I have to come in here and remove all this stuff that I've added in. I don't think that it's going to let me keep it in here, and I don't want to chance the fact that it's not going to just delete it. I've never played with mine colonies before, and from what I understand, you can come in here and customize it however you want. You just can't remove any of the stuff that's baseline for it. So it'll, according to how it's supposed to work, is it's just going to build around whatever I've put in here. But let's say that it wants to add something right here. Well, what is it going to do? It's going to destroy this, right? And I don't know whether it's going to keep it or whether it's just going to delete it. So when I go to upgrade this to 4, I'm going to come in here and tear all this stuff down, upgrade it to 4, and then re-put it all back in, which is probably not necessary, but it's the safer option, and I don't really want to chance it. So what else can we do for power? Definitely want to look into this windmill, and this is the cheaper of the windmill, right? Like we could totally build this. Wind, right? So this is just planks, treated planks, and then we're going to use those treated planks around a piece of iron to make the windmill. And we'll definitely do that eventually, not now. So the other option here is the thermoelectric power, and I don't think I've ever built one of these things. I don't know how it works, but let's read here. As complicated as it sounds, the potential to create power from differences in temperature is fairly simple. Craft a thermoelectric generator and place lava on one side and water or ice on the other, and it will begin to generate passive power when placed between them. So that seems pretty good, right? So let's take a look at that. A thermoelectric generator. So this is just Constantan plates, another copper coil block, and some steel ingots. So let's see how our steel is doing over here. So we're going to require a lot of this. Cool, we've got a bunch now. So that completes our ultimate alloy quest over here. Let's go ahead and claim that. It's going to give us 8 more, and then the cast off 64 slag, which is going to give us some more. But let's go back into our recipe here. And 5 Constantan plates. And I think we have, I don't know how to make this. So let's look at the recipe for it. Here we go. So this is going to be 1 nickel to 1 copper. It's going to give me 2 Constantan. And so I need 3 more. So let's do, I believe this makes nickel. No, that's aluminum. Where did my nickel go? There we go. Do I have any non-blocks of nickel? There we go, 3 right there. So I need 3 more. So let's do 2 and 2. I'll run this into my... Now if we had Ender IO set up, I could just stick this in a alloy smeltery, and it would just combine it for me there, I believe. Let's take a look right here. Alloy smelter. So I'd need to make it into powder first, and then I could combine it in, then I could smelt it in there. So yeah, let's grab my ingot cast. And so I guess nickel's a little bit less, but we can make that real quick. So let's come over here, turn that into one of those. And then we just need 3 steel on top of it. So let's grab out my bag of goodies. Where did it go? Did I dump my bag somewhere? Mindlessly? I sure did. Okay, so this is going to give me Constantan. which is pretty good stuff, I guess. Not exactly sure what it is. I think it's a real alloy, but I don't know the benefits of it, right? So copper and nickel. I guess it's conductive, but it's more durable maybe than copper, because copper's pretty flimsy. I would imagine it's not as conductive since it's muddied with nickel, but I have no idea. I really, really don't know. I could be talking complete nonsense right now. And maybe somebody watching this down the line is going to be like, dude, you're so dumb. You don't even know. No, I do know. I do know how dumb I am. It's fine. I got it. What else am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for my bag that I mindlessly got rid of somewhere. I'm going to assume that I got rid of it over here. When I was looking for... Here it is. I just dumped it. So let's grab my hammer here. We'll smack these down into just 5 of these, please. Into plates. And then we'll come over here and make our thermoelectric generator. Now, the other thing that we need to consider is power transfer for the moment. So we need to come over here and finish this quest off. Okay, let's dump this in here. Look at that, another ender pearl. Very cool. We're going to be able to find the end, guys. And it's funny because, like, you know, at this point in playing Minecraft, I'd probably have gone to look for the end by now, but it is not the case. Alright, so here's our industrial hemp. And this is going to unlock power transfer, which I kind of already have, right? So hemp fibers, and now it wants us to make 2 low voltage wire connectors. So let's take a look at that. LV wire connectors. These things here. So this is 4 hardened clay, 3 copper ingots. I've made a bunch of these before. I have no idea what the industrial hemp has to do with these connectors, like why we had to make those first. I don't really get it. I don't really know what the industrial hemp is used for. But yeah, let's make these real quick. And I've got a bunch of clay sitting around somewhere. 16 of these. Also, if you've been paying attention to my, like, I just caught something today that I thought was pretty silly of me. I made my pickaxe head out of manulin. Don't ask me why. I've never done that before. Manulin is it's not very fast. It's durable, but it's not very good for mining. It's best for like these other two. I always make like a manulin shovel and a manulin hatchet and a manulin broadsword because it's really good for damage too. So durability for both of these, because these are always pretty fast anyway, and high damage for the sword. Usually you want to go with like a cobalt pickaxe head because it's just faster. Okay, so that's going to give me 2 more. So now what we can do, I've got the low voltage wire and then this capacitors for storage. So let's take this bucket of water and we're going to go somewhere safe because all of my buildings, with the exception of the builder's hut, are built out of wood. And wood is remarkably flammable. So I don't want to burn down my village. I think I would be a terrible mayor if I burned down my village. So we're going to go like over here and I'm going to put a bucket of lava down and a bucket of water. And really, I don't really need the bucket of water. I could just stick the no, not that one. Where's my thermoelectric generator? Right here, right? And if I wanted to, I could bring water in there and I could put lava here and here, right? Ideally. Let's see if this turns. You know, if you were to pour lava on sand, it would turn it into glass. So now what we do, this is already set to output, I believe. And we're going to take our sag mill. We're just going to stick our sag mill here, I guess. We're going to stick another connector on the back of it. And then we're going to take one of our copper wires and we're just going to right click on one and right click on the other. And that connects this. Now this is getting power. Now I can take some sand and I can burn that into, I think it's a 50% chance for silicon. Maybe it's 100% now. No, it's definitely 50. So I think I need 4. Oh, and I got 4. That's fantastic. For the quest. So let's come back down here to, oops, modern machines. We'll complete this. This gives us 12 more silicon, and that unlocked a bunch more stuff. I can't even get over there to see, you know? It's weird. So now we can make the alloy smelter, we can make a Stirling generator, and we can start generating power that way if we wanted to. You know, I could burn wood, I could burn whatever. The nice thing about using immersive engineering as a power source is that it's passive. You know, I don't really have to do anything for it, which is kind of neat. But anyway, that's going to be all for today, guys. We did quite a bit of, you know, random things. I think between this episode and next, I'm not going to do a single thing. I'm actually going to, I have some time tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to put down another episode. We're going to progress in this chapter a little bit, and, you know, maybe in this chapter as well. Because I do love immersive engineering. I just want to get all my buildings set up to 5 before I really start settling down with immersive engineering, the passive generation, stuff like that. But with, why does it keep doing that? I want to, no, stop it. See, it's like clicking on something over here, and I don't want to click on it. There we go. Chapter 13 here. I wouldn't mind progressing in here. So this is probably what we're going to do in tomorrow's episode. For me, that's going to be tomorrow morning. That's what I'm going to be working on in here. So I'm going to get up in the morning and then go for a jog. We're going to build some of these things out, and we're going to actually get some pretty cool things because Ender IO gives us access to some cabling. If you've never seen Ender IO, these cables here, these conduits, are pretty fantastic, and they allow us to customize a lot of really good things. So I'll be signing off for now. This is the finished product for the level 4 builder's hut. It's okay. It's just cluttered. Like, I think it's way too cluttered. If by some miracle the mod author is watching, I might recommend, it would be cool. I mean, so this looks neat, right? Like you have these supplies. Like I like the idea of the supplies. But it does feel cluttered. So maybe break these down to like 2 instead of 4. I don't know. You make your best judgment, dude. It's an awesome mod. You're doing a fantastic job. Don't mind me. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.